The next position is one of my favorite and is very effective practice to actually tone up your hamstrings. When we do some of the back bends, you will need that. When you're lifting your body up over, these muscles should be activated. To do that, separate your legs. I'll give you a side view first. Toes will be turned out. So the legs are pretty wide. We can adjust them a bit later too. Hands will be again on your back, just like before, okay? So breathe in and push back, pushing your hips slightly forward. And then as you breathe out, you bend forward and down. Now you may have to adjust your feet a little bit wider so that you could bend down a bit more, engaging more of your foot. Hold. Now lift the face up. Use all the muscles in your leg to pull yourself up, and then do the back bend again. Just come back up. Try again. Push your hips back. Just control your body movement. Exhale completely. Make sure you grip your foot or your toes. Lift the face and chest first and really working through those legs. You should feel and come back up. One last time. Coming forward with a nice long body. Exhale it out. Inhale, lift the face and chest. Come back up. Use those hamstring muscles and back. Come all the way up. Finish and move your feet in. Just come back in. So as you can see that we work in yoga practices, we work a lot harder on the warm-up. The warm-up is the essence of yoga, okay? And most of these practices you did is only my warm-up. So let's go for a last series to finish your warm-up before we begin with the actual postures. Okay, so let's stand on the front of your mat. Now, take your hands up. I'll give you various options, okay? You can always pick and choose what works best for you. Over time, this should only get better. It's just that how repeatedly you do this, okay? So, hands up to the ceiling. Turn the palms up. Raise your heels. Balance. Lower your heels and hips nice and down. Join your hands and look up. Now, exhale as you stretch your arm forward. Push your hips back. And waiting into this position for a second. Exhale, lower the hips, lift the heels and balance on your tippy toes right there. Hold the position. 1, 2, 3, and bring your hands down, straighten your legs. Head down, put your hands behind your heels or ankles, bend forward. Trying to push your hands into your legs and legs into your hands to bend nice and down. Release and step your right foot forward backward. Turn the foot to 90 degrees. Now you have 3 options you're going to pick and choose. The number 1 option is to simply stay here. Number 2 is to stretch your hand out like this. Number 3 is to put your hand on your back and clasp your hand behind you. You have to choose one of these options. So choose one and stay and breathe. 6, 5, 4, you can control the head position, yes, but make sure it's not dropping, it's staying up. You look up or look back. Now, release your hand, the left hand goes down. Here's an option, you could simply move forward. Don't do anything more, just stay here. I like to give you options. You don't have to do everything. You just do a little bit of everything, okay? Move forward. And some of you maybe are already getting into this particular position, which is a little bit tougher. You're going to lower the body halfway. You could stay here, this builds up the strength, or you could straighten your left leg fully out and hold. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Put it down, everything on the floor. Head down. Inhale, lift the face and chest a little bit. Exhale, suck your belly in. Make sure your legs are tight, pressing your thighs and the shoelace area of your foot on the mat. Then inhale to push into cobra. Make sure your elbows stay bent all time. If your back is strained, it's okay. Go down a little bit or push yourself up. You have warmed up so well, this should not hurt your back. This is really effective technique. Look up. Keep your hands strong. This really helps you strengthen up your arms. Use your hands. 2 and 1. Lower a little bit. Tuck your toes under. Push back into downward facing dog. Don't over push with your hands. Just a tiny bit of stretch for your lower back. It's okay if your lower back rounds a little bit, but try to keep it more like you're sticking your buttocks up. This will happen eventually. For now, you just have to focus on your spine, not too much on the hands. Focus on spine, please. Don't waste and lose your energy on your elbows. Focus on your spine. Decompress your spine more. Now, step your right foot forward. You have the options. Remember, the number one option was simply to keep your elbow here, stretching your hand. Number 2 is to put your hand down and stretch. Number 3 is to put your hand back, clasping, open the chest, and look back. Or look at your shoulder and you breathe. Make sure you're not falling forward like this. Yes, you try to push your hip front, open the chest. 2 and 1. Move your hip away, put your hand down. Remember the options, you have choices. You should pick one that works best for you. Look front. This is simply a very good position. I don't keep my weight on my hand and foot. Or try to get lower. Or straighten this leg, look front and breathe. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and step back. Lower the body. One more round of cobra. Lift the face and chest. Exhale. Pull your belly up. Inhale and just push nicely. Press your thighs down. Forget about your belly anymore now. Just focusing on your hands. And look back. Bend as much as you can. 1, use your hands. 2, and 3. Release. Push back. Focus on your spine. Long spine. Do not over push with the hands. Focus on the spine like you're really trying to lengthen it. Now, step forward. Exhale. Hands behind, bend forward. Inhale, lift the face and chest. Lower your hips, hands in the front, and lift your heels, balance. Heels down, turn the palms forward. This is the last round. That's it. Lift the hands up. Join your hands. Look at your thumbs. You breathe. Stand fully up and return. Wow. So this was all warm up. Next series will be all in lying down. You'll be lying down on your belly and working through your back for your back muscles. Now, the next series of postures will help you build the strength in your back so that you could swing your legs over your head. Okay, that is the ultimate idea. So let's get started. Let's lay down on your tummy. Every position has variation, okay? Simple variations and the difficult variation. You can definitely work through the simple, build it up to the difficult one. For the first position, maybe I will show you the resting position first. So when you want to rest, you separate your legs like this and put your hands down like this. You need to turn the knees out, the feet out, and put your hands down every time you want to rest. This particular position helps you relax your lower back much faster, okay? So, let's start. First part is to keep your feet just to your hip distance apart. And when you're ready, come up on your elbows. So, there is a stage in every position that we're going to do here. Keep your elbows down nicely and looking front. Now, your right hand is in the front, bend your left leg at your knee, and just catch your foot. Once you catch your foot, just press it down. So the way you twist your foot is you hold it from the inside edge of your foot and just circle your elbow and shoulder up, like that. And just press your feet down to feel a stretch. Tighten up your abs a little bit, lift the chest and hold. This may be very painful in your thigh and your hip. So you want to back off a little bit, okay? But it's a good stretch to work with. Let's release and let go. You may repeat this one more time, okay, in the next round. So, catch your foot and just use this hand. You see how I twisted my hand? I get my hand inside like this, put it in, and then allow my elbow to go up. So elbow pointing up, fingers pointing down, and just stretch. It should stretch your foot, your toe, your shin, and of course your thigh. Just look front and let's breathe. Do not look for perfection. Don't try to copy me. But if you can, this is how it's going to look, okay? Your position may look very different than mine. The idea is to try to focus on the feeling and not the look. The feeling is the stretch in your thigh muscles. If you're feeling that, you're doing great, okay? So just stretch. And then you release. Some of you may also feel some stretch in your toes and the shin area. All that is normal, okay? Let's do it with both hands and both legs. Now, this is the time that you could actually simply repeat the previous position one more time. Or you can follow me and try to do this with both legs. Okay, here we go. Catch your foot and foot. Open it nicely. Just trying to open it. Right from here. Pulling it down. Same way. I just have to twist my elbows. Once you have it, inhale and lift the face and chest. Tighten up your anal muscles and press your pubic bone down. Just hold the position and you breathe. 6. Stay with the previous position if this seems very complicated at this point. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Release and let go. Now we rest. Separate your legs and hands under the forehead. let's move on to the next practice. Now, after a good stretch, see if we can activate our muscles, okay? So you had a good stretch here. Now we're just gonna focus on activating your hamstrings a bit more. These are the muscles, your inner thigh should work more. So look at the practice. Your feet together, knees and thighs together. The number one rule, your knees and thighs must be together. That's the number one rule, okay? So long legs, stretch yourself. Now there is no space here whatsoever. Try your best, or put a cushion under, so then you have no space, okay? Now, right from here, place your hands on your back like this, the fingers pointing towards your spine. Squeeze your knees and thighs together, inhale and lift the face and chest up. Just squeeze your legs together, ladies and gents. It's gonna work. Open the chest and look front. 6, keep pulling your heels to your buttocks, toes to your buttocks, knees, thighs together as much as possible. And release everything down and return. Let's rest again. Breathe for a few times. All these practices are not causing any pain in your back. They're just working the muscles that really support your spine. A little bit intense, but effective. When you finish relaxing, let's move on to the next practice. Okay, this is the boat. Now, to do this, we'll put your hands on your back. So you have multiple options. Option number 1, interlock your fingers. Okay? Option number 2 is to place your elbows on the top of your back. Option number 3 is to join your hands on your back. I'll do the last option, okay? You can pick and choose. So, inhale as you lift your face and chest and legs all the way up. Just hold this position. No matter where your hands are, you'll still be doing the same thing. It looks different in you than me, that's all. But the feeling is same, you're still working your back. Feel in your back, okay? On the sides of your back, not in the middle, not in the center. 6, 5, make sure you have your weight on your pubic bone, your hip bone, and the bottom of your rib cage. You're not pushing your belly into the floor. That's why I can speak. Now, right into this position, release your hands and stretch it forward. Hold. 6, 5, 4, breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Everything goes down. We were still breathing, but more shallow, okay? And it's normal because in yoga practices, your breath is deep, shallow, fast. So it is like sometimes you're running, sometimes you're walking, sometimes you're jogging, sometimes you're just playing with your children. So it is just like that. The breathing goes like that. It goes high, low, and then quiet. So let's rest to settle your breath every time.